Guys, welcome back to Codewing. I hope you enjoyed the last lectures. So today we are going to look into Vue. Vue is an important aspect of the model view controller architecture of Laravel. So let's quickly check what we are going to look into today. First, we are going to check what Vue is, what is Vue in Laravel, how does Vue work, how does it work, and creating Vue files in Blade format. Now let's go back to our project quickly. Here is our project. Now Vue is very important in Laravel because that is the area that gives your client or client of your application, or who you want to access your application. That is the area that handles the content you want them to see. So let me see, it's more like a public aspect. The Vue aspect is more like a public aspect of Laravel, which contains information that you want people, your clients, your visitors to see. Now let's go straight to the project again and check where Vue is located. Where can you find Vue in Laravel? Now, if you check your project, go to resources. It's very easy. Check your project, go to resources. Inside resources, you see views. So inside this folder, every file you want to create must be created in Blade format, because Laravel uses Blade template engine. There are other template engines, but the one that comes by default with Laravel is Blade. So it uses Blade template engines. So that is why every file you are going to create inside this Vue folder must be in Blade extension, in Blade format. For instance, I have two files already created here. I have one, light.blade.php. Instead of writing light.php as it used to be in vanilla PHP, in Laravel, because it uses Blade template engine, now you are going to add .blade extension to it, .blade.php. You can see the welcome blade .php that came by default with Laravel. So the extension was already added, welcome.blade.php. Now let me show you how to create more files with this. Let's create additional files. Let's call it home, because we are creating file side view and it must be in Blade format. So you are going to write .blade.php. Now let's go to our home. Let me quickly do give a kind of HTML format here. Now let us create another file. Let's call it list.blade.php. It's very important that you add Blade extension, because if you don't add it, it will not work in Laravel. It will not work. So the Blade syntax will not work actually in Laravel. So, and you need the Blade syntax, because as we progress, as we begin to handle some logics, we will need that Blade syntax to actually format our code and present them very well. Now let's do that. Let me go to list.blade.php and do the same thing. Okay. Now inside home.blade.php that we just created, let us put a div here and write some HTML code. Div, and the div, and put a paragraph, or let me say title. Let's do h4. Let's do h4 here. h4, right? This is home page. You see, very simple. Now let's copy this and paste the same thing inside list. Okay, I will call this is list page. This is list page. Are you following? So how do you access these files that we just created? Very simple, very simple to access. Now in the first lecture, I was able to scan through some of the major parts of the model view controller architecture of Laravel. But of course, because this project, this tutorial is for absolute beginners, so we need to actually come low so that people that are just coming up with Laravel can actually understand in details every bit of it. Now let's go to our route, because of course we want to access everything in this views files. We want to access them from the public, from our browser. So we need to go to the route. The route will give us accurate link to access all these things. Now let's go back. Inside our route, I already have the one I created in the first lecture, which is route about. Let me quickly comment that one out. If you comment that one out and you go to your browser, let's go to our browser. Okay, you see, we have welcome guys, which we did in the first lecture. If you refresh it now, about, the route is about. That one is home page. If you refresh it, it should give you error. It's not fun, because of course we have commented out the about route here, so it will not be fun. Now let us create two routes to access our two other files that we just created. Now route get, because it's a get request. Okay, even before that, I don't want to use controller here, so let us quickly access it directly. So you can access directly without using controller. In the case of the first one, we use controller because we created the function. But for now, I don't want to talk about controller because there's going to be another tutorial dedicated for that. So now we have view. How do you want to access it? So let's call this one home /home. Now what view do we want to access here? The view we want to access here is home, because we have home.blade.php. We don't need to write .blade.php. Laravel will automatically detect that. So now let's do another one, which is list. Okay, let's call this one list. In other words, when we do /home, it will give us the content of the home.blade.php. When we do /list, it's going to give us the content of the list.blade.php. Okay, let's check now. Let's check. Refresh our project. Remove this /about. Remove the about aspect. Let's refresh our project. Okay. Remove the about and write home. You see, this is home page. That's a sad content that we wrote inside our home page the right time. See, comes out fine. Let's do the list. You see, this is list page. That is the content that we wrote inside our views. Now check the homes that we wrote the right time. This home page. This is list. So it's as simple as that. In our next lecture, we are going to go to the controller before we keep moving on and be working in core areas of Laravel. But before then, make sure you subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that you can get notified immediately I upload new videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.